Hello everyone, I am Dr. R. Darshan. Today in this video we are going to discuss the topic of disaster, causes and phases of disaster and disaster management. Disaster, why do we need to bother about? After all, disaster has been with the human as long as the recorded history. Generations of people have suffered the consequences and recovered from them and continued. However, certain factors need to be considered in context to the modern challenges. Most of the old fears remain as it is, as threatening as ever, like earthquakes, cyclones, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, wildfire, floods, landslides, etc. These are natural phenomena and are still persisting. And the same are their basic man-made counterparts like wars, inter-country conflicts, major accidents. About these phenomena we'll discuss. As we know that the disasters have been a natural recurrence on earth. The scientific studies suggest that the earth and all forms of life on it emerged only after a disaster on a giant scale. And according to the theory of evolution, this eventually led to our lives today that followed another worldwide disaster, a collision. So, contrary to the recent burning issues like global warming, increasing frequency of major disasters like hurricane, climatic changes, and other crises, all these are parts of life on this planet. Of course, life today and the impact of contemporary disasters are very different than those of prehistoric times. Now we have developed societies, though there are some less developed areas that may be in jeopardy because of the activities of developed world. Understanding the complexity of modern life, we have built an environment that is more vulnerable because we have allowed developmental programs, developmental projects, even where we know that the danger exists. Therefore, there is a concept that is disaster management. It is rooted in the fundamental belief that we can do something about avoiding disasters and lessen the potential for substantial losses of life and property or destruction of the environment on which human beings depend. It involves planning and preparedness to avoid catastrophes and mitigation to lessen the consequences from disasters. Response and disaster relief concern our ability to help our fellow men under trying circumstances as a result of disaster. Then, while defining disaster, there are certain dictionary meanings that Oxford Concise Dictionary that disaster is sudden or great misfortune or a calamity. According to Webster's dictionary, that disaster is a sudden calamitous event producing great material damage, loss, and distress. Then we can say that disaster is disruption to normal patterns of life. Such disruption is usually severe and may also be sudden. This unexpected and widespread destruction affects human life, loss of property, injuries, hardship to the societies, and adverse effects on environment. According to the Disaster Management Act 2005, Section 2, subsection D, disaster means a catastrophe, mishap, calamity, grave occurrence in many areas arising from natural or man-made causes or by accident or negligence which results in substantial loss of life or human suffering or damage to and destruction of property or damage to or degradation of environment, and is of such a nature or magnitude as to be beyond the coping capacity of the community. Beyond the coping capacity of the community of the affected areas. Coping capacity of the community means community cannot cope up with that destructive occurrence without the external help. It means disaster is an event, natural or man-made, sudden or progressive, which impacts with such severity that the affected community has to respond by taking exceptional measures. Therefore, the disaster is a sudden, calamitous event that seriously disrupts the functions of a community or society and causes human, material, and economic or environmental losses that exceed the community's or society's ability to cope without any kind of external help. Then disaster can be natural event or a man-made event. The natural event means natural destruction or the destruction caused by any kind of natural phenomena. That phenomena may be sudden, means rapid onset, or may be slow onset, that is progressive and sudden. Then comes disaster management. As in introduction we have already discussed that disaster management is rooted in fundamental belief that we can do something about avoiding disasters and lessen the potential or substantial loss of life and property or destruction to the environment. Then disaster management is essentially a dynamic process. It encompasses the classical management functions of planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. As we study in management that planning, organization, staffing, leading, and controlling are 5 major functions of management, it also encompasses on those functions. It also involves many organizations which must work together to prevent, mitigate, prepare, respond and recover from the effects of disaster. Then disaster management is defined as an applied science which seeks to improve measures relating to prevention, mitigation, preparedness, emergency response, and recovery by the systematic observation and analysis of occurrences. According to Disaster Management Act, subsection E of section 2 of the Disaster Management Act, that disaster management means a continuous and integrated process of planning, organizing, coordinating, and implementing measures which are necessary and expedient for prevention of danger or threat of any kind of disastrous occurrences, mitigation or reduction of risks of any disastrous situation or severity or consequences occurred by a disaster, capacity building, preparedness, prompt response to any threatening disaster situation, assessing the severity of the situation or magnitude of the effects of any disaster, evacuation, rescue and relief, and rehabilitation and reconstruction. These are the scope of disaster management. Now, on the basis of causes of disaster, we can classify disasters into two categories. One is natural disaster, another is man-made disaster. Natural disaster, when a natural hazards affect humans in an adverse manner. Natural hazards cannot be controlled by men. Natural disasters include weather phenomena such as tropical storms, extreme heat, extreme cold, speedy winds, stormy winds, floods, earthquakes, landslides, and volcanic eruptions. These are different types of natural disaster, and depending on different types of natural disasters, the causes are also different. Like if we say causes of tsunami, then there may have some earthquakes in deep sea, some tectonic movements might have happened, or some volcanic eruptions happened due to some seismic activities or tectonic movements. Then it depends the natural causes. Man-made disaster, hazards caused by human action or inaction. They are contrasted with natural hazards. Disasters caused by the human include transportation accidents, industrial accidents, releases of hazardous material or chemicals, and the collapse of buildings, etc. are man-made. Now the phases of disaster. There are three key phases of disaster. The first is pre-disaster phase, characterized by fear and fear of future, fear and uncertainty, and can cause feeling of vulnerability and lack of security. That is pre-disaster phase, in which the people in that particular area feel like. The impact phase, or during the disaster, or the emergency phase, that is characterized by a range of intense emotional reactions. The specific reactions also depend on the type of disaster that is occurring, or depending on the severity of the occurrence. It is to ensure that the needs and provisions of victims are met to alleviate and minimize suffering. In this phase, there is dire need to provide all provisions to alleviate, to reduce the suffering of victim of that particular emergency. Post-disaster phase is characterized by a high level of activity with a low level of productivity. Means to achieve rapid and durable recovery. Means there must be a rapid assistance to achieve rapid recovery. Here are, during these three phases, the disaster management plays different roles. In that pre-disaster or impact phase or post-disaster, in pre-disaster phase, that is preparedness, preparedness is to bring the whole important issue of disaster, that the process that embraces measures that enable government, communities and individuals to respond rapidly to disaster situations, to cope with them effectively. Preparedness includes, for example, the formulation of viable emergency plans, the development of warning systems, the maintenance of inventories, increasing public awareness and education, and the training of personnel. It may also embrace search and rescue measures as well as evacuation plans for areas that may be at risk from the forthcoming or recurring disaster. All preparedness planning needs to be supported by appropriate rules and regulation with clear allocation of responsibility, and must be having budgetary provisions also. During disaster phase, that is response, this refers to the first stage, response to any calamity, means getting face to face with the occurrence, with the disaster. Response to any calamity, which include, for example, such as setting up control rooms, putting the contingency plan in action, issue warning, action for evacuation, taking people to safer areas, rendering medical aid to the needy, simultaneously rendering relief to the homeless, food, drinking water, fetching clothes, etc. to the needy, restoration of communication, disbursement of assistance in cash or kind. The emergency relief activities undertaken during the immediately following a disaster, which includes immediate relief, rescue and damage, needs assessment and debris clearance. Those are face to face or response to the occurrence. In the same part, that recovery and development, recovery, rehabilitation and development. That recovery is used to describe the activities that encompasses the three overlapping phases of emergency: relief, rehabilitation and reconstruction. Rehabilitation is the provision of temporary public utilities and housing as interim measure to assist long-term recovery, and reconstruction attempts to return communities to improve pre-disaster functioning. It includes such as replacement of buildings, infrastructure and lifeline facilities so that the long-term development prospects are enhanced rather than reproducing the same condition. And the development in an evolving economy, the development process is an ongoing activity. Long-term prevention or disaster reduction measures, for example, like construction of embankments against flooding, irrigation facilities as drought-proofing measures, increasing plant cover to reduce the occurrences of landslides in slopy areas, land use planning, construction of houses capable of withstanding the onslaught of heavy rain or wind speed, and shocks of earthquakes are some of the major activities that can be taken up as a part of developmental plans. And same, that is prevention and mitigation. When reducing risk of disaster involves that activities which either reduce or modify the scale and intensity of the threat faced by or improving the conditions of elements at risk. Although the term prevention is often used to embrace the wide diversity of measures to protect person and property, but the use of term reduction is to describe protective or preventive action that lessens the scale of impact is therefore preferred. Mitigation embraces all measures taken to reduce both the effects of the hazards itself and vulnerable condition to it in order to reduce the scale of future disaster. That disasters are often thought of as a cycle, and a disaster may occur with or without warning phases. That with warning phase, that may be because of scientific development are here, then because of scientific researches we can have some pre-information relating to disaster. That a response is made following a disaster means we are responding to some occurrences. then the response may be helped substantially by any preparedness action which were made before the disaster occurred. That is preparedness, pre-disaster phase, and we are responding after disaster, during the disaster. And in pre-disaster, because of response experience, we have made planning to prevent and to mitigate the risks, mitigate the substantial hazards. And post disaster, after responding to the disaster, there are recovery, rehabilitation, and developmental phases. Then the phase in transition, that is into the reconstruction or rehabilitation phase, during this phase the lessons learned are applied to mitigate or totally preventing the effect of future recurrences of such type of disaster. Concluding that, after every disaster, organizations involved should examine their actions to see what could be done to improve their effectiveness in responding to future disasters. And after action reports are now widely done by some more effective agencies. The planning process, the mapping of vulnerability, and the assessing of the shortfall in existing resources help communities and organizations to prepare. Chance favors the prepared mind is the often repeated quote from Louis Pasteur. In recent years, an all hazard approach to disaster planning has become popular. This approach emphasizes the common feature of disaster response. Unfortunately, the training and updating of skills which are required to make disaster preparedness really effective and are often not done, causing disaster preparedness to remain a false assistance. While no two disasters are the same and a subsequent one may be much different in character. Therefore, the mitigation efforts focus on and provide minimal protection. Preparation is still an important step to reducing the damage of a disaster. Although preparedness often includes stockpiling of emergency supplies, few organizations other than the military can afford to do this on a large scale, give the capital cost and cost of regular rotation of provisions. For today, it is enough, I think, and I feel that you people might have learned something and you may like this video. We will be discussing more current topics relating to disaster management and some relevant topics relating to MBA and BBA curriculum from disaster management. Please share, like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Thanks.